Did not mean to have that sound on. What's going on, CBC? This is Leonard, and I just wanted to uh, share something that I've been experimenting with a little bit here. And, there's been several discussions in the group about Facebook ads and things like that. So I actually did a quick experiment and have started to do a few others, but this one went so well a few weeks ago, and I've just been checking out the results and wanted to share a couple of things that you might be able to do that are specific to cover bands or people that have covers on their page. Since Facebook has made some deals with record labels now, we can actually share cover songs on our feed and not get stuff shut down. So that is something that's happened within the last few months. So now we've got a chance to actually use the covers that we do to help advertise what's going on with our page. So I wanted to show you a couple of things real quick, and I'm using the Groove Smash page, which is a page of a group in Indianapolis that I'm working with. I used to do quite a bit of booking there, but yeah, what I've got right now is I just wanted to show you the results of what we're about to do, but ran this ad a few weeks ago, and was actually able to get like the highest relevancy score, or basically the highest score that you can get on an ad, being able to use these things that I'm about to show you. But so now that we know that Facebook allows us to play covers and put them on a page and all that stuff, we can start using these things to get people to like our page, because we've directly got something in common with fans. We've got this music, we've got this artist, we've got this genre, and specifically we've got the songs that you play that you can now use as that common ground to start getting people to your page. So there's no reason for us to just throw up a boost and just be like, oh hey, I'm not, I hope somebody likes this, or I hope somebody comes to my page. We've actually got these tools in our hand that Facebook is allowing us to use now. So I want to show you this. First thing we're going to do, it's a two-step process. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create a saved audience, and this audience is literally going to be people that like this song, people that like this artist. And then if you're not able to find that artist or that song in there, depending on what your cover is, I'll show you this website where you can actually find people that are closely related to that artist that you could use them. But that's going to be step one, is we're going to create that audience, and then we're going to narrow it down to the actual location that you're at, because you want people to come to shows. You're not necessarily going to be downloading music. But then the other thing that we're going to do, step two, is then we're going to create a custom audience that is going to be based on people that have actually watched that first video. Cool. All right, let's check it out. So as you can see, they are playing Sweet Child of Mine, and one of the first things you want to do is you want to come up with a cool or an interesting title or headline for your post. So this isn't a promotional post at all. What you've got is you've got these songs that you're playing, and you want to celebrate the song and you want to celebrate the artist. So we just went with, and this was 3 weeks ago, but celebrating that Friday feeling with one of the most iconic guitar riffs of all time, Sweet Child of Mine. So you've got the artist in there, you've got the song, and then parentheses, you've got the name of your band. That's no specific formula. That is just what we used right then. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go, let me pull up another page here. One second. We're going to go create a saved audience. Let me get out here. We are going to, maybe if I repeat it, Facebook will let me do it. Okay. We're going to go here. So you're going to go out to your business manager, and then we're going to go to, you're not going to click on your actual ad manager. You're going to click on Facebook ads, going to go to all tools, and then you're going to click on audiences, because you're going to create an audience. And once you create this audience, you'll be able to then either boost a post that's going to go to that audience, or you'll be able to run an ad that's going to go to that audience. So you're going to come out here and create it separately. And I think I actually did one down here. Yeah, we've got a couple of saved audiences, but I'll just run through it real quick. So to create your saved audience, again, you're going to go up here, you're going to do saved, and we're going to name it, and we're going to do, you know, this is going to be whatever, maybe whatever song. Like if you're going to be doing multiple songs by an artist, you could do, you know, artist name, Guns and Roses, you know, Sweet Child. And, you know, just name it however you want to. But after you do that, you are going to come down to your locations. And the first thing you want to do is you want to take off United States, because again, we are going to be, the purpose of this whole thing is to try and hook people that like the artist and the music that you're playing, but that are also within distance of actually coming to your show. So we're not going to do a promotional post on this, but we want to keep that in mind. So for this one, I know that they are in Indianapolis. So I'm going to do Indianapolis, Indiana, make sure it's the city. And I'm going to do 50 miles, even though I don't think people are going to drive an hour to see a specific band. We used to actually only market to certain parts of town because we knew people wouldn't normally travel, you know, more than 30 minutes, especially if we were playing someplace, you know, every weekend or every couple weeks. But yeah, go ahead and choose your city. You know, if you're going to be marketing mainly to people that can get into the clubs, I would change that to 21. But, you know, I would leave the actual upper age open. And then here's where you're going to get into actually looking at the artist. So what you want to do is here in your detail targeting, you're going to want to look for your artist and your song. So all songs obviously are not going to be on there, but it just so happens that Sweet Child of Mine was one that was on there. So that is actually an interest. It's such a popular song that is actually an interest that has been in Facebook. And, you know, obviously Guns N' Roses, I think we used that. Yeah, Guns N' Roses is in there. You know, but let's say that you were doing someone maybe that, you know, was newer or something like that. Let me think of somebody. Somebody give me a band name on here. Yeah, in fact, if you're signed on, give me a holler. Let me know where you're signed in from here. But yeah, somebody give me a band name. Trying to think of somebody that would not be in there. What's a rock band that would not be in there? Is Maroon 5 in there? Yeah, they're more pop, but yeah, they're in there. Mind you, you want them to be in there. I'm just actually looking for one as an example. But anyway, we'll move on. Let's say that you find someone or you're actually doing a cover of an artist that is not in the targeting options for Facebook. One thing you can do is you can go out to this website, which is music dash. I guess that's a combination between a dot and a dash. Anyway, music-map.com, and then you can enter in the name of the artist into this map. Chainsmokers. Okay, let's do that. Thanks, Declan. So we'll do Chainsmokers. Now, more bands are going to be here in the actual music map. Actually, let me try this real quick. It's a good option there. Let's see. Ads manager. Let me check. Chainsmokers, are they in there? They are in there. Okay, that's good though. That's all right. We do want them to be in there, but let's say they're not. And you come out here to music-map and you enter in the name of your artist that you're looking for. And you could use this even if they are in there actually. But what this site does is it will give you all of the artists that are somewhat related to the artist that you put in there. So people who like that artist might also like these artists. And you can see over here on the left, it tells you that The closer the two names are, the greater the probability that people will like both artists. So if you've got Chainsmokers here in the middle and you don't find them in Facebook, you might come here and start looking at these other artists like Jonas Blue, Mike Perry, Branches, Ed Shee. Is that Ed Sheeran? I don't know. Is there an Ed Shee? Couldn't tell you. Alice in Wonderland, What's So Not. But then you could actually start putting in these artists into Facebook to try and help with your targeting. Okay. So that's just one tool that you can use to find artists to put into your ads manager if your band doesn't come up. Not your band, but the band that you're covering doesn't come up. Okay. So, but don't stop there, because you want to check also, you've got 43,000 people, and this is a total reach based on, people living in Indianapolis, Indiana, and 21 to 65 who like the song and like the artist. But we want to get a few more folks in there than that. So you also want to do the actual genre. And you can do, if you got a few things in there, you can do suggestions. You could do Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, AC/DC. You can also use music-map to see what other artists are there for that. But yeah, rock and roll. So you might create those as an actual target. And then you come up here. And so now you've got 680,000 people that are your potential reach. And it's very targeted because we're only talking about rock music. We're only talking about Guns N' Roses, and we are mentioning this song. But then you want to narrow it a little bit, because what you don't want is, you don't just want people who randomly, like the music or like the genre. You also want to have an end goal in mind, and that's to get people to your shows. So then what you could do here is you want to make sure that you click on narrow your audience. And now when narrowing your audience, you want to do things like, and this is what I did on the other ad, is you want to make sure you're getting people that, first of all, like to go to concerts. Maybe they like nightclubs. We go, what's another suggestion here? Yeah, parties, live events, suggestions after you put a couple in there, entertainment, things like that. So you've got people that like this kind of music, but you also have to have at least one of these here. So they also have to be someone that's going to have the potential of actually going out and going to a club. So that's the kind of stuff that we want to get. And then you can also add people who like your page, or friends of friends who like your page, or you could also take your page off of there. So you could do friends of people who like your page, and then here you would put in the name of your band page. However you want to do that. But then you create that audience. And now you've got a saved audience. Went down to 90,000. But you've got a saved audience for Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child. And now when you go out to Facebook and you go to boost your post, in fact, we're going to do it from here. Yeah, we'll do boost post again, since I've already done that. But yeah, we'll do boost post, and then we are going to look for the name of our audience. It says see all. Where is it? Should be in there. That's the one we used before. Well, it's in there somewhere. They're hammering out there. Maybe it hasn't had time to get in there yet. But then you would go out here and you would actually then choose your audience. So yeah, like that. We did Sweet Child Indie. That was an audience that we created the first time. But then you would do a certain amount per day. Honestly, we did total budget of $10 and ran this for a week. and I will show you the results as soon as I get back out here. But that step one is create the audience, and then you would actually be able to boost your post or run an ad to that audience that is specific to that song that you're playing and that artist that you're playing. I'm going to do cancel promotion, because I want to come out here and show you for $10. We were able to reach 2,200 people, had 56 engagements and 108 clicks. And we'll view the insights a little bit more. So yeah, we had, like I said, 2,200 people reached, 1,288 folks were unique, 56 post engagement, top audience, got the range, obviously Indiana, since that's what we chose. And then specifically on the post, there's no negative feedback because we already told it that we wanted people that liked what we were already doing. And that's what you can be doing too. But yeah, 39 likes, 33 on posts, there's shares, there's love, there's comments and things like that. So what's up with the shares? Okay, I didn't know what that was, just wanted to check. So then the next thing that you would do is we would actually come out here and then create a custom audience. And so let's say we have people that have seen that video and we want to actually now get them to come to a show. So the first video was just you performing a song, and it was just you sharing the love for the artist that you're covering. And obviously it's a really good video, and you can see your bright shining faces, and it's a great recording and all that stuff. You're not promoting anything in that video. You are literally just playing a song. And obviously if there's people dancing and all that stuff, that's great. But now your second video, your next one, is after that's run for a while and you've tweaked it and got it to get some good engagement, then you're actually going to create a video, or it could actually be a static ad or something like that. But you're actually going to come out and create an audience that is going to be based on that first video. So now you are going to, and all we did here was click on create audience again in the business manager, the ads manager. And then we clicked on custom audience, and now we're going to do engagement. Once you click on engagement, that will then take you to this next screen, which is basically, hey, what type of engagement do you actually want to use? And so we're going to choose video. And you want people, obviously Facebook with autoplay, if people are just scrolling through their feed, you might get quite a few people that have, 3 seconds of reviews. But you know what? You can use that however you want. You can use it like, I want to cast a wider net because I'm trying to get, more awareness. Or you're like, you know what? I really only want to show this thing to people that I think are going to come. You might go to 25% of your video, 50% of your video. Obviously, the video length matters as well, because you might only have, a 2-minute video or something like that. But then what you can do is, let's just say you chose 25% of your video. Now, what it's going to ask you is choose your video. So once you choose that, it'll have you go out here, choose your page, and then you're going to find your page. So that was a Groove Smash video. And then you see Sweet Child of Mine, and you know that this is going to be a good video because you've got your first audience targeted and everybody loves the song. So now I'm going to click on that video and click confirm. And so now this audience is going to, and let's say within the last 30 days, and let's call this a video view of Sweet Child. Or it could be, video view Sweet Child, the, October 1 gig or what have you. You might be specifically promoting a show or something like that. But if not, you can obviously just have your audience be, however you want to name it to help you keep track of it. But now you're going to create this audience. You can add a description down here just to help you keep track of stuff too. But now you're going to create this audience. Then you can create an ad right from there using that audience, expand your audience, and so forth. We won't go into that right now. But now this is populating. It might take a while to populate. It says fewer than 1,000, and that's, we didn't, we only ran the ad for a week or so, I believe. But, the more people you get, the more this audience will be. But then when you go and you have, let's say, a promotion that's like, hey, you know what, we've got, this gig coming up. What's one of their gigs? That was in the past. But let's say, Groove Smash had a gig coming up, then they could now boost this show promotion to this particular ad, or to this particular audience. And so now what you've got is you've got people that are aware of you because they've heard your music, and not your music, but they've heard you play an artist that they really love and that they've expressed interest in, and that they've watched, at least part of your video. So one of the things with, our whole marketing thing here on Facebook is, first of all, we have to make people aware, and then we have to get people to engage, and then we can convert them. And that's what that first, video is actually going to do. It's going to help you with those first couple steps. It's going to help you engage. It's going to help you make folks aware of you, because you've got something in common. You're both promoting this artist that you love. And then, if they click on that video or do any type of, commenting or actions with that video, now you're getting them to engage with your content. And so that's going on. And the more people that do that, the better. So, we only spent $10 and had, 2,200 reach. And I think it's at 1,200. Yeah, close to 1,300 people, unique viewers on that. But now you can come back in with the show promotion that actually has a call to action that says, hey, we are playing at such and such and such and such. And, maybe you even, get very specific and say something that refers to, we're going to be covering this artist, and Guns N' Roses, just to kind of have that musical tie-in to that specific ad. But that is a way that you can now, use Facebook to actually work for you, and actually use the engagement and things that people have on these other videos to actually work for you to get them to come to shows. For a lot of the audiences and a lot of the things that we had, there were maybe $5 cover charges, but a lot of the shows that we played, were free. So the entry point of getting people to your shows can be pretty low. But Facebook, forget how many billions of users it has now, but there's over 100, I think it's 100, was it 100 million hours? Anyway, there's a whole bunch of video watched every single day on Facebook. There's no reason why, now that they've started making deals with record labels, that you can't use your actual, covers to start getting people to your shows. You're out there doing shows already. You're out there making this content already. Hopefully you can find this useful and use this as a way to start getting people to be aware of you and engage with you and come to your shows. So I hope that was helpful. And again, this is the result of just that very specific case that we just did, the process that we took. But we literally, were able to get the highest score possible. And that's because you're playing something that's relevant, and then you're telling Facebook to only show this to people that already like what you're doing anyway, and then using a second ad to target people that have actually engaged with your first video. Okay? All right, guys. CBC for life. You guys have a good one. And yeah, hopefully this was helpful. And if someone has any additional info or other ways to use Facebook ads to get folks to shows, be glad to hear it. But other than that, you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.